Okay, here's another video to help you out. But a question that was asked of me was, how would I even know when to use the second derivative rule? Well, the best part of the second derivative rule is if they want you to use it, they're going to ask you to use it. So for example, on this problem, they asked me to use the second derivative rule to see if the equation f of x equals negative sine of pi over 4 x, it has a max or a min at x equals 2. So once I heard I have to use the second derivative rule, I'm going to take the first derivative of this function, f prime of x, equals derivative of sine is cosine, so the derivative of negative sine is negative cosine, pi over 4x, times the derivative of the inside, which is pi over 4. So I'm going to rewrite that, negative pi over 4 cosine pi over 4x. And then we take the second derivative of that, f double prime of x. The derivative of the cosine of something is a negative sine, so I already keeping the negative pi over 4 times negative, what cosine? Negative sine of pi over 4x times derivative of the inside, which is pi over 4. So I'm going to simplify this. I've got a negative and a negative, so it's going to become a positive. Pi squared over 4 squared times the sine of pi over 4x. Now, a lot of times with these things, even though there's all these numbers in here, they don't matter, because for the second derivative rule, I'm just looking at the sign, the S-I-G-N, of the derivative. So I'm going to put 2 into the first derivative. Oh, I want that in red. So it's going to be negative pi over 4 cosine of 2 pi over 4, which is the cosine of 2 pi over 4 is pi over 2. And at this point, I'm already good to go, because I know that the cosine of 90 is 0, so I know that this first derivative is equal to 0. So now I'm just going to check the sign of the second derivative. I'm going to fill it on in. So it's going to be pi squared over 4 squared times the sine of pi over 2. Well, the sine of 90 is 1. And 1 times whatever number this is always going to be positive, so it's also going to be positive. So this is a min, and the reasoning is that f prime of x equals 0, and f double prime of x is positive.